Hey guys, it's Ed again. We're going to start working on taking down this thing, the Lark motor. So follow along. Let me know where I forget my parts. You know I will. So let's get it in the shot. Yeah, there we go. This recoil is off the big twin, and I just checked to see if it would grab. It's got a little safety thing here that makes it so you can't kind of pick up on it. But see, turns the motor. So that recoil is a good recoil. It says big twin on it, so that's going to be the recoil we use on this motor. Let's get this belt off here, and then we'll get the generator off, and we'll go from there. So these are generator bolts. I got a little bag here someplace. Little bag. Where's my little bag? Where'd it go? What'd you guys do with it? Haha! I found them. They fell on the floor. I knew they were right here. So anyway, guys, the process here pretty straightforward. Of course, I got no room as usual because I got too much junk in here. I got to work on that little XR and get that out of the way at some point. And I got the nut stuck in here. Like I said, I'm trying to be very meticulous about putting these bolts, getting them labeled, so they're all going in little Ziploc bags. I've already put the head bolts and I labeled them. You can barely make it out, but you can read it. So we're gonna keep on trucking here. So could be I don't know, I'm probably blocking you guys, aren't I? I bet I am. Get stuck in there. There it goes. Might move you over here. Let's slide you guys over. Let's put you over here. What do you think? Clamp you on the drill press. Bend you down a little bit. How's that looking? Better? Maybe you can see. I just took off these three nuts right here, washers. That will release this out of there. It's kind of loose. That's a good sign. Let's see if we can pry this belt up. I need a screwdriver. Get this baby up out of here. There we go. Now I got a box for this motor too. What did I do with it? I left it out in the garage. That's what I did with it. Well, we'll go for a little while until I decide I need to find that. Okay, it's loose. That's loose. That's loose. Let's get the screw out of here. I think that might release some of it. I might have to go to my big screwdriver. Oh, I got it. So, not sure. This is one of them is hot air, and one of them is hot water carburetor choke. I've been doing a little bit of research on it, so that's what I was able to figure out. This one here, I believe, is, I mean, it's coming right out of the water jacket, so I think it's hot liquid, hot water. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put that screw in that bag or not. Maybe this screw up here's got to come out. Oh! We got to get a bigger screwdriver. That one's not going to work. Oh, of course I knocked that head over. And the wire hung on, which is good. So, where was I? Right here. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that loosens it up. And this one holds the starter side of it. So that holds this little crossbar here. And then we'll put those in with the generator side. And there it is. We own the generator. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my markers, see which one I want. Ooh, I can stuff over. Now, instead of using the Sharpie, I'm using the paint marker, so I'm hoping that it's going to be able to be better seen in the long run. So we'll give this a try. Let's get a piece of something here and try it out. Oh, there's a piece of steel. Kind of see something there. Little scribbles. So I'm going to put BR and BK right on that starter. You guys see that? Don't know if you can. BK. That is not Burger King. And we're going to have to find something small enough to get those off. Should we use the proper tool or just wing it with a pair of pliers? Kind of like winging it with a pair of pliers. Work good enough to do what we got to do. So, yeah. So, I don't even know if that's brown. It looks brown to me. I'll probably look at it and go, what? And actually, what I might even do to help myself out here, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to put a G on this. That looks like a G. Kind of looks like a G. I'll put those in that bag with the generator bolts. And so get them babies out of here. You guys see what we're doing? A little bit, maybe, sort of, kind of. Good. Off. Put it with the big twin parts, or the Lark parts, not big twin parts. These are Lark parts. We got big twin parts too. Pretty much the same thing. I'm thinking, got a ladybug in here. Yeah, well, what's left of a ladybug. These fuel lines they put on with zip ties. so you know somebody's been in here. This carburetor, as you guys can see, looks extremely clean. I mean, I would have to almost say that might be a new carb. I don't know. Here, let's put the light on. It's psychedelic light. But you can see how shiny that thing is. I mean, it's pretty nice. Let's get the flywheel off it. It does have spark, by the way. I tested that before. Both cylinders. So let's see if we can get this girl to break free. I think we need a hammer. Hammer time. It was on there. I didn't want that coming off. Okay. So, what we're going to do here before we get too far is we're going to zip this baby up, because these are generator bolts. Let me look and find a pen. Okay. Of course, the bag opened up. Okay. This is kind of tough to do. I got it right over here, guys, where it's flat. Okay. Generator. Put that over there. That worked pretty good. So let's start up another bag, which I already kind of know where this goes. That's kind of simple. But what I think I'll do is I'll put this flywheel nut and the bolts and maybe even that plate in here. So I know it's slow going this way, guys, but bear with me. This is what you do when you get old and your brain don't work no more. Okay. I'm going to put those in here. We'll throw this in here so we'll be able to find it. Seal this one up. Get in there. And there. We'll label this one. What is this? Actually, I probably don't even need to label that. I know what that is. I'm not that dumb. No comments on that. We don't need to hear from the peanut gallery. We need a puller. Puller. Where's my puller? Okay. Got the puller. We got the puller. So, of course, these bolts are not the best because they're carriage bolts. So, one thing about using cheap bolts, and I saw a guy online, I was watching this on another channel. What is it? Dagar Marine, or not Danger, but it looked like Danger without an N. Anyway, really cool guy. Sounds like he's from maybe Australia or something. But he had a problem getting one of these off, and it ripped the threads right out of the top of the flywheel. So I'm not sure if he got it. And if he went in too far, he said he was going to damage the coils if you get in too deep. So that looks pretty good. But what I noticed he did that I don't do when I do a flywheel is he was trying to put heat on it and stuff. And I like going with shock therapy. That's why I act the way I do, because of all the shock therapy. But I just get some tension on it. You know, I mean, I put a good amount of tension. I'm just using an old plug wrench because it seemed to fit. Got some tension on it. Find a whacker. Here's my whacker. And just give it a whack. And sometimes they pop right off. This one did not. So maybe I lucked out on the big twin. So I might have to get an actual socket too, because I got some force on it though. Come on, baby. Nothing. Huh. The other one popped right off. Let's put a little more snot on this. And it's tough because the whole I'm working on this thing, it's got wheels on it, which is nice to roll around, but okay. And plus with the where'd I go? The wrong way? Oh yeah, I got the wrong way. Oh, maybe that was the trick. Huh. Just needed a bigger wrench. So, okay, give me back my socket. Give it back to me. Okay. It's thinking about it. Got it. Okay, so we'll pull the puller, get the puller out of the way. Okay guys, battery issue solved. Back at it. We just did to get this to pop off. Now I'm taking it off for the first time. Look on the inside. That's one of the things too. You can see there's a little scuff right there, but not bad. And not bad on that magnet. So they look good. It had sparks, so I wasn't really concerned. Oh yeah, too. By the way, when I went upstairs to get the battery, I found a donut. So enjoy. Boston cream with dirty, greasy fingers. Adds that extra pizzazz to it. So these babies here look pretty new. You guys can see that. This one's bent up a little. Feels flush, but hit on something. Got loose in there. So not too bad. What's step next? Want to get the starter off it? That's pretty easy. There. Well, you can see. Okay, so that's got to be a ground. We should probably label that so we know that that's a ground. Oh, I already did. Ground. Well, sort of says ground. I did label some of this already. I don't know if you guys can see where I'd labeled some of these. Try to zoom me in, zoom me down. Right there you can see I wrote on it. So I tightened this up and now it's a little too tight. It doesn't like to move. So I gotta get another bite of my donut. This is the choke. So I'm trying to get this fine tip one to work. So this goes into the choke. Ooh, got a really runny. Just writing CHK. Where it took off running. Close enough. I think we'll figure that out. Get a screwdriver. Pull this out of here. I ordered some of the new clamps, the spring type clamps. Hopefully they'll be in here pretty soon. Had a problem with a order on eBay. Came across out of Staten Island, but it wasn't Staten Island. It was Hong Kong. And my credit card, my bank will put a freeze on anything that is like that. So I had to call the credit card company, get a hold of the bank, and get that straightened out. And which kind of, you know, I like to order from the United States if all possible, but you know, it sucks when they're telling me that it's coming from Staten Island and it's not coming from, you know, from the US. I'm pretty sure Staten Island's in New York, right? Unless they put one in China. They copy everything else, so that could have happened, I suppose. So we're gonna get this hot wire off the starter. I'm going to put that in with the, actually I'll screw it right back on, and then it'll be right on the starter. It's got a lock washer, and we'll put that right back on. It's getting there, getting looser. I believe there are 2 screws in the back of this, way sunk in the back, and they're going to be hard for you guys to see, virtually impossible. I need my long screwdriver. What'd you guys do with it? See, I'm telling you, I'm losing stuff already. I just had it. Not that one. That one sucks. Oh, it's right here, right where it should be. So right back in here, there's a screw. I'm going to try not to drop it, which means I probably will. You guys can see that screw down in there? You might even be able to. It's right there, right behind that hose. And there's another one in a little bit deeper. And they hold the bottom of the bracket. So get them out of here without dropping them. Yeah, just like this little line right here. What the heck does that do? Oh, it's a wire. That's what it does. I thought it was like a little vacuum line. How do you get your hand in there to catch that? Anybody know? Because it is in there. Sorry if I'm blocking you. I needed 2 hands. Ugh. Should come right out. Why is it not coming out? Got it. Didn't drop it yet. Huh. You guys see that? It's got like some sealer on it. I wonder why they would put sealer on there, unless just to keep the moisture out of the threads. Do you think it actually, the other one did too? Interesting. Not sure why. Okay. Back over here. Come on, baby. So close. There it is. Starter. And this works too. We tested this when we were up to the guy's place. So that's a good starter. The one on the other motor is a good starter too. So now we're getting into something. I could probably almost leave this on here, you know. I mean, it really, I'll have to take off a lot of this. I'll probably have to take the carburetor off. I know I got to take the electrical plate off. The safety switch, can stay. So it's not too bad. I think we can get into it from there. Let's find a 1/2 inch and see if we can get this carburetor off here. Let's get a little picture on the other side too. Let's see if I can get you in the shot. Let me see here. This is just for my own reference as much as yours, but I want to be able to see. Where are we? I think we're good, right? In here, nope, too low, and I can't get you guys low enough. There, I'll just pull you down for a minute, kind of freehand you, just so I can see all these linkages, and I can freeze that later if need be, so I can see how all this goes back together with all these linkages. So, okay, thank you. Thanks for bearing with me there. So, let's see if we can get this thing out of here. It's kind of annoying. Oh, look, it's one of these little springs. Remember the last one we had? It went flying across the shop. That kind of sucked. Let's see if we can do it again. Probably. These are a pain in the butt. Just keep sliding. Just keep sliding. Come on, baby. I think we got it kind of going in the right direction. Get off there. Okay, now let's pry this line off. Now this was the, let's label this quick. This was the, I don't know what to call it. What do you want to call it, guys? I want to put a T on it. Do you know why? Because it's on the top. And I'll put a T over on this side where it goes in. I'll put a T here. Does that look like a T? Sorta. Okay. So we know that that's where that goes. Try to get that line off here. It is on there. There. Guy gets that one out of there. Okay, now this one went to the choke, but it also goes over here. So let's put just a red dot in here and a red dot on there. I know you guys didn't see me do that, but there's a red dot in there. And get this hose off, and then I can clear this most of the way out of the way. Back to these stupid freaking hose clamps that are so annoying. Okay, go that way. I don't really care which way you go. If that's the way you want to go, you're still in my way. Of course, I rubbed the red dot off. Okay. We'll put a new red dot on here because I kind of mangled that one. Only thing with the paint pen, they take a little while. So that can go over here for now. And what were we going to do? We're going to do this carburetor, right? Spin you guys around a little bit so you can see. We'll get this carburetor out of here. We got to get these mounts off too. Or these, which side's better to take off? This side looks like it's went up into the recoil part. So I think I might be able to leave some of that on. I think if I just pop it out of here like I did on the big twin, I think we'll be okay. If I can get it to pop out. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Get it out of there. Go in with the big screwdriver. Let's see what we can do with this. Didn't really want to pop it out of the bottom. That wasn't really the plan of attack, but that's the side it came out of. I bent that up a little bit. Let's straighten that out before I forget. That's better. Tweak that out a little bit so when we go to put it back in, it'll go in. So these two units are connected to the reed plate. Now we can get into this bolt here on the bottom of the carb. Yeah, I'm still not sure what carburetor I'm going to use. I mean, I don't know. If any of you guys know these carbs and can tell me if this 63 one, the other one has that solenoid in it, which I just think looks very expensive. It is very expensive. I priced them. Where this thing here looks a little more mechanical in nature. So I'm a kind of a proponent for simplicity. So okay, get these out of here. Try to drop the lock washer. You know I will. I did it on the other one. I can do it here too. Okay, I got the bolt. Got the washer. Got the carb. So, I'm not sure I'm going to pull that carb all the way off there yet. I'm still debating on that. Probably will have to. But the way this thing works, when I took the other one apart, you take out all these little screws. I don't think you guys can see it because again you guys are at the wrong angle. But we have all these screws going around here. We take all those out. That pops this off. I have the gasket for this, and then behind this section right here is the cover for the crankshaft. But there's like a plate in between here, and that has the other gasket. So when we take it apart, let's pay attention to what gasket. I believe the open side gasket, because this is open, would be the one that goes first, and then the other gasket goes in the back. But I'm not sure. Let's get it out of here and see what we got. Let's double check and make sure I got all the screws out before I go tappy tap 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 snap. Then I have to cry. Get behind it here a little bit. Look at that. About stuff. So there's a spring connected right in here, right behind that loop. We will try our darndest to get that out of there without stretching it too far. Actually, it might be easier to come off the other way. Try not to stretch it. Try not to stretch it out too far. There we go. That'll get it out of there. Okay. That releases that out of this point up in there. So that goes over here. Okay. So now we're down in here to the reeds. There's a screw here. I thought there was a screw behind it. Maybe not. I took these off on the other ones. You don't have to take those off. So I think I'm going to put this in with the same bolts because it kind of goes to it. And I'll give it a little tap and see what happens. It seems like there was 2 bolts in it, but I think maybe that other bolt, that longer one, it's loose. I can see a gap in it. Just the gasket holding a little. So let's get this up here. Okay, you guys can see that. That's looks like PB Blaster I shot up in there, but I don't recall shooting PB Blaster in it. I shot PB Blaster, a lot of it up in the head, to get it to seal up. So it might have blew through the bottom. I don't know. Okay, so inside here, actually you guys can see one of them. You can see this one. There's 2. There's another hex head bolt over here. Those head bolts, or crankcase bolts, were the ones that were holding me up on the other motor from getting it apart, because I didn't know that they were in there. And so I had to take that all apart to figure that out. So that's a good thing to know. I think we're going to have to get rid of this plate because there's another plate underneath it that's screwed down, so we can get down to the top of the crank. So I think there's only 2 screws that hold it on. I think maybe it's this one. Let's try this one. One of them holds the points, and I don't think it's this one. And the other one, try that. Aha! That's a winner chicken dinner. Okay, let's just put these screws back in, because I don't think they needed to come out. Actually, maybe they did need to come out. So this wire goes over to that vacuum cutout, or whatever the heck they call it. This stupid thing. We got to get that unhooked. Somebody's been in there too. You can see there's put a new red connector on there. So somebody's played with that in the past. A lot of people unhook those. I guess it's quite common to unhook these. So I'm not sure how to label that, but we'll just have to remember the red one went on there. So let's get that. Let's see what else we got to do to get that out of the way. Okay, get over here. This over here is the control for the not the shifter, but the advancer. So somehow we got to get that off without causing too many problems. It seems like this just pulled out. I think if I took this off, that unit will pull right up because it's off on that one. I don't think there's anything that holds it. Let's try it. Let's take out these two screws. And they're tight. And see if that releases it. I think it does. We'll have to label these little guys. Actually, we might be able to turn them right back in. That would work good too. Yeah, I think that'll come right up out of there. Come right up out of this. And bring it out as a whole assembly. Not sure. Feels pretty good. See if I can drop. There's little brass pieces here that hold it together. Okay, I got it to there. Let me put this back in so I can get both hands on it. And okay, see if we can figure out how this is going to come up through here. It's close. Just, ow, it's my finger in there. Kind of fish that up through there. So we still have a wire going from up under here into this loom going to the front of the boat. It must be maybe a kill wire, I'm thinking. Two wires coming off. The one red wire, I call it the red wire, it's got the red that goes to the vacuum cutoff. And then this wire here, which must be up to the ignition shut off. We'll have to figure that out. Okay guys, I got you over here on this side now where you can actually see what I'm doing, I think. And you can see where I'm pulling these screws out. There's a bunch of them. Okay. Where else is there some screws in this thing? Anywhere? I'll pull up here at the top. Try to find where this brown wire goes. Goes up into the unit there somewhere. Is this plugged together? Well, that's kind of a cheesy. There was a really cheesy connection there to get this head off. That's amazing that held on. I have to show you the way it was hooked together. It was pretty scary. So Here's the wire, and this was just hooked over the edge of the other one. I'm not sure that's factory. It might have been though. It's kind of weird. It kind of just clipped together, and that fell down a couple times. So we just need to take out this screw here and this screw over here, and then we'll have that. So be back second. This whole unit looks like it's going to come off. Gets rid of that. I dropped a screw. I heard it go. It'll show up, I hope. So, hey, there's that other screw I dropped in there. Remember? Told you I dropped that one. I think that went to intake, yeah, -1. I even actually wrote on it, intake -1. So now it's not -1 anymore. Let's get a bag for, I don't know what you call that down there. Is that like the lower shroud or lower midsection belly? Maybe it's a girdle. Yeah, kind of goes in the middle. So let's label this to mid cover. Okay, so we got that out of the way, and that opens her up a little bit. We've got a wire over here on the vacuum side here on this that I think will need to come off. And then I'll have, I think, everybody pretty much clear. What I'm doing now is spinning this around. You guys can see what you can't. It's a little better. Is this wire right here, this white wire, is down behind here, down behind this neutral switch. Get that out of my way. And again, we'll put the screw right back in so we kind of know where it went. And if I see anything loose, I'm not left-handed, so I had to switch hands. I don't know if I can fish that down through there or not. I might have to pull this pump off. Didn't really want to, but I think to get the wires out, it's going to make life easier. Okay guys, right here is one of the fasteners that we have to get to. There's, I think there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. There's 8 fasteners that go around. 4 of them are on studs and 4 of them are on bolts. So there's 1, 2, 3 in the back, 4 on the back side of this, the opposite side, and then there's 4 along the bottom. So I'm not sure what I can get in there with. The wrench is either too small or something. They look like 1/2 inch to me, but I can't get in there with the wrench. So let's go find a tool that might work. Okay guys, I got a couple different options here. I've got a 1/2 inch 3/8 socket in there and a wobbly extension which kind of goes in. I have a 1/2 inch socket on a 1/4 inch drive with a actual swivel, which I'm not a big fan of swivels. They never really ever seem to work for me, but we will give it a try. It's a 1/4 inch drive, which is a real tiny, but we'll try getting it by hand with this. Well, let me bring you guys down. We're going to take a quick look around it and see if we got everything. That bolt is off. Those bolts are off. This is clear. This is connected to the motor. Let's come around this way. Those bolts are off. Everything is, zoom you guys out a little bit. Everything is off. Those two bolts are, nuts are off. That one's off. This hose is dangling. This hose is dangling. I think that power head's ready to come off. What do you guys think? You think it's going to come off? I don't think so. But we're going to give it a try. So let me go get some tools. Big ones. Okay guys. We've got the old trusty crowbar. We've got a tire bar. All these are about 2 foot long, and I got a little Harbor Freight pry bar, you know, about 2 foot long. So let's start with the first one, and I think I'm going to try to pry a little bit over here. Well, that was too easy. Did you see that? Now, remind you, I had to chisel the other one off. So, that's separated like nothing. Look at that. We got it. We own it. I'm going to the bench. Am I connected to something? No. Okay. Haha! Success, guys! We got it. We got the Powerhead. Let's go look at it. Let's go look down the hole. Ew. Looking down there. That's kind of gross and disgusting. I got new gaskets. This looks good. This is where the exhaust goes, so that's supposed to look disgusting. But there's definitely some corrosion here. So let's go look at the Powerhead. This is the one it's going to go on. This one looks all nice and shiny and nice and pretty. So I'm going to blow it out. But let's flip this guy over. I'm going to set you over here. Maybe you guys can see that. Ooh, it's got a little rat's nest in it. And up in this exhaust, got some crunchies in there, carbon, quite a bit of that. This is just not sure what causes that white powder there. Maybe some of you guys can tell me what's caused that oxidization. The mounting surface where the gasket goes is fine. We'll clean that all up. Get that gasket, what's left of it, out of here. But the exhaust and all that looks good. So anyway, guys, that is the Powerhead off. The next video will be dissecting the Powerhead and getting the getting the pistons down in it, getting the cylinders honed, getting the pistons and rings and that dropped in there, getting the bearings back together. I noticed on the other motor, the bearings, the needle bearings on the big end of the rods were separated. Now, I see that they sell new bearings, but I'm not sure if they're supposed to fall apart. Most of the time when a bearing falls apart, it's a bad day. But I noticed that they sell just the needles and they sell just the cage. So they must come apart. But then they sell them together as one whole set. So I don't know. Hopefully these ones will come apart in one piece. And then I won't have to worry about it, but otherwise I'll have to worry about it. I just want to just take a quick gander at the gasket. Look at that. Oh, it goes this way. Oh, that looks better. Yeah, that should be the same. And I already checked it on that one. So that'll give us the gasket to bolt it back on. So guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for commenting, because I really do enjoy your comments. Here, let me get you up on my face so you're not just talking to my fingers. Let me get my light off. And again, thanks for doing all that commenting. Dave, you've been awesome. The gentleman over at This Old Outboard, great. Bobby, you guys have been really helping me out. And I know I forgot a couple more of you. Jack-o'-lantern, you know, you guys are rock. You guys know what you're doing on these things. I ain't never tore one apart. That was the first one I ever tore apart, was the big twin last week. And this week we're tearing the Lark apart. And then between the two, we're going to make one good one. Right? Right. So until next time, bye. Alicia, what are you doing?
I'm fishing.
You're fishing? How can you go fishing? It's all snow.
Well, the snow's water, so I can go fishing.
Oh, the snow's water. Well, that makes perfect sense. Oh, that's not a bad cast. Keep working on it. You keep practicing. I think you're going to do a good one this time. Let it go. Oh, yeah. Well, this is fishing this morning. Driveway fishing. I don't know what she's going to catch.
It's pretty much broke.
Yeah, she's got a broken bobber on there. That's okay.
Killed the fish, though.
Okay. Oh, that was a much better one. You got it all the way over there. Good job. Say bye.